Yo, what's going on, guys? Joey Shurkenbach is back here with another video for you guys. And guys, we are here to talk about the game that we just finished watching between the Ravens and the Titans. Let's go, man. What a win on so many levels, so many senses that were so cumulative to this win. I just love it, man. Lamar, we'll start with the most basic one, or the most common one, I should say. Lamar Jackson getting his first playoff win as a Baltimore Raven in his third year, and he's made it to the playoffs in all three of his years. Made it in 2018, lost. Made it last year, lost. Made it this year, did not lose the first game. We still have two more to go, assuming that we go to the Super Bowl. And I'm not going to get cocky or anything, but still a huge win, man. What a win this game was. It's what we do, and it was the first time that we came from behind by 10 points or more. I think they pointed out Lamar Jackson has never come from behind when down by 10 points or more, or at least 10 points, I should say, and he did do it this time because the Titans got the first 10 points. I was like, oh crap, are they going to blow us out? And then we came storming back. Second half, defensive showdown, but it is what it is. Hung on, got the win, and again, that is all that matters. We took out the feisty you-know-what Titans, man. This is the biggest in-your-face of the Titans, and I'm going to try not to be toxic or anything, but this is such a big revenge game. As I'd say most of you know, Week 11, first of all, we lost in a very heartbreaking fashion. We were up 11 and then lost in overtime, so that was one. But also, before the game, the Titans lining up on our logo and whatnot. Ravens got pissed on our home logo. We lost, and then we were getting their revenge. Marcus Peters gets the pick on Ryan Tannehill and gets flags, which I'd obviously prefer he didn't. But the dancing on the logo, the stomping, waving bye-bye to those Titans, man. Huge win. I could not have been more hyped. The thing is, as soon as Peters got that pick, I waited to celebrate. Because as you saw, Khalif Raymond was on the ground when Peters got that. So I'm like, oh crap, that's pass interference. He pushed him. I didn't see him push. But when you see a receiver on the ground, your first instinct, at least in my opinion, is to think, oh, okay, it's pass interference. It looked like Raymond kind of just tripped into no contact. It was definitely not pass interference. And I waited until Peters got tackled to really celebrate, because sometimes, you don't see the flag pop up on the screen for a little bit. I waited, and I saw no sign of any yellow, and that meant there was no flag, and the Ravens took over, and then we just used the Gus bus to power his way, protect that ball, man. I love Gus Edwards. He didn't do anything huge today, but again, he came up clutch when he needed to be. He got that huge first down to end the game. He hung on to the ball. Love what I saw from Gus Edwards today, guys. So, offense. Only scored 20 points, you think, okay, our offense was kind of flat. And it was not our best offensive game, not even close. However, I think we easily could have gotten more points. I know we only scored 20, and again, we could have, we didn't. So that if we didn't, we didn't. But there were a lot of times where we could have gotten more points. So we'll start with the missed field goal by Justin Tucker. Absolutely. So it could have been at least 23. Rare miss from Tucker. Missed a 52-yarder. As soon as he missed that, I'm like, oh crap, we're screwed. Defense hung on. We will praise the defense for like the rest of this video after I get through the offense. So anyways, so the missed field goal, it could have been at least 23. And, of course, a lot of you are probably going to break down that fourth down. I could not believe we went for that. I didn't agree with the call. I know if we got it, the game, it wouldn't have been over, but it would have been a huge lift. I still don't like the call at all. I thought it was way too risky. It ended up half working. We got the first down. Jackson hit Dobbins in the flats. This is in the fourth quarter, by the way, in case you're confused. So yeah, Dobbins got the first down, but then it got called back because Snead was called for offensive pass interference, and of course it was a rollout, and that's the one downside to running rollouts, or rollouts, RPOs, or screens. It raises the risk for getting offensive pass interference. And not because they pushed off or anything. It's where blocking downfield, illegal pick. I don't 100% know the rules to that. But basically, Snead got in the way of the defender who was supposed to cover Dobbins on a rollout, and they called it offensive pass interference. Again, as a Ravens fan, I think, oh, that was a terrible call. Looking back, I would say it was ticky-tacky. It was not a blatantly obvious call at all. And I kind of think they should have let it go. But to be fair, if Snead didn't try to box him out, what he should have done was, turned around and turned his butt towards him. That's what he should have done. Instead, he kind of led with the shoulder. He didn't hit him hard, but he kind of let in with the shoulder. You're not supposed to do that, so they called it. It's fair enough, I guess. And of course, in hindsight, I'm saying it's fair enough. If that cost us the game and the Titans ended up winning, maybe I'd have a bit of a different reaction. But again, bang bang, I guess it's fair enough. I don't think they really should have called it, but again, it is what it is. All right. So again, building off of that, if we had gotten that first down, we would have gotten either a touchdown or another field goal, most likely. We would have been at the Titans 20. Very unlikely Tucker misses that if we had to kick a field goal. So it should have been at least 26, and there were some other times too where we couldn't capitalize. We absolutely could have had more points. I kind of felt like it was different from the first Titans game, because while we actually scored more points in that game, 24, I felt like a lot of our drives where we didn't score points, we just punted, we didn't march down the field at all. We were flat. Meanwhile, this game, I know we only scored 20, but we did march down the field quite a bit. There were only a couple 3-and-outs, a couple drives where we had to punt, in our own territory. So, overall, I thought the offense was okay. It definitely could have been better, and it absolutely is going to have to be better next week, because we can lock in, we're either playing Buffalo or Kansas City in their stadium, and you guys know both offenses very, very explosive. Our offense is going to have to score a lot of points. So, offense, we're not going to be able to get away with another 20-13 win. No chance. As good as our defense looked today, it's not going to work against Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen. It's just not. So, anyways, all thumbs up there, guys. Now let's talk, what else should we discuss? Oh yeah, Lamar Jackson, the big 50-yard touchdown run. That was huge. He was very, very close to getting sacked. Instead, made a swerve move, and he just exploded. The guy is so fast, so athletic, and it was, in the play, it was game over. Exploded. No one could catch him. Kind of a lame effort by Kenny Vaccaro, number 24, if you ask me. He was kind of just jogging, but whatever. He got the touchdown. That's all that matters. So, again, very, very happy about that. Again, the running lanes, I don't know if I was thinking this, and of course I have a group chat with some Ravens fans, and I was telling the guys, I don't think Dobbins is going to do very well, because I think he really gave the Titans a hard time in the first meeting. I kind of thought that the Titans were going to focus their game plan on him, and they did. Dobbins did not do much today at all. Edwards wasn't incredible either, but he did, again, came up clutch when we needed to be. I knew we were going to have to feed Edwards more. He only had 8 carries. I still think we could have fed him more, but again, 8 carries is better than 3 carries, and Edwards led the way. Very, very happy about that. And Dobbins wasn't bad, don't get me wrong, but he was not nearly as effective as the first meeting, which I guess is the way it is. You play him twice, you're more ready for him. All right, before we get on to the worship of the defense, I think I've covered just about everything. Oh, before we move on, a huge player today puts a smile on all us Ravens fans' face. Marquis Brown, huge day today. For whatever reason, he does well against the Titans. He didn't do anything in the first meeting, but in the playoffs last year, as bad as our offense was, Brown actually played very, very well. He had over 100 yards. He broke 100 yards today, too. I love the way Marquis Brown looks. We gave him some quick throws. He was very explosive after the catch. He hung on to the ball. He actually caught the ball this time. We hit him on that one deep throw down the sideline, or not down the sideline, but drifting towards the sideline. Very happy with what I saw from Marquis Brown today. He came up clutch. I loved it. And he did, I know people might be concerned, he did limp off the field after that big gain late in the game. I'm not going to worry about it. It was late game. It looks like just a cramp. He didn't get tackled on the play. He just got, I guess, quote-unquote, chased out of bounds. So nothing got rolled up or anything. I am quite confident it's nothing serious. Probably just, probably a cramp if I had to guess. We saw him on the sideline just drinking a ton of water, trying to hydrate. So I'm not going to worry about it. I highly doubt it's a serious injury, and I really hope it's not, because he was the leader of our offense today. At least in the receiving game. Andrews, not much. He had a couple nice catches, but it was mostly Marquis Brown, and that's very nice to see. Marquis Brown, the Ravens receivers, getting more involved. And of course, Lamar Jackson on that early in the game. I think it was our second drive of the game. A really, really bad throw. He was looking deep for Miles Boykin, and Boykin had separation. I thought Boykin ran a great route, but it was an absolutely god-awful throw. First of all, it was way too, there was too much arc, you could say. It was like a high, wobbly pass, slow, no air under it, I guess you could say, at all. Not a good throw at all. It was a deep corner route, I'm pretty sure. So he needed to lead him to the outside. He didn't. It came back inside. And again, total wobbly pass, stalled right into Malcolm Butler's hands. Terrible throw. However, that was the only mistake that Lamar Jackson made today. Otherwise, he looked great. His throws, besides that one, that interception when he was looking for Boykin, otherwise he looked great. Again, throws were big today. That rushing touchdown, he didn't make any stupid decisions. And I don't mind the decision to go deep to Boykin. I actually thought he could have had it if Jackson made a good throw. But it's not like he was forcing it in a deep coverage for no reason. So I'm happy about that. He stayed patient. He didn't try to do too much. I really like what I saw from Lamar Jackson today, proving all those haters wrong. He is no longer winless in the playoffs. First playoff win. All right, that's enough for the offense. Let's talk about the defense. I don't care what you guys say, whatever your reasoning is. I don't mean to be selfish, but that was by far, I really don't think it's close, our best defensive performance of the season. Maybe even in the last 2 years, because of course last year our defense was not nearly as good as usual. This might have been our best defensive performance in 2 years. I'm not gonna say 2 years yet because I guess I gotta research last year a bit more, but definitely of the season. I've watched every Ravens game this year. Except for the second half of the Ravens-Steelers game 2 because I had some testing stuff. But anyways, our defense, oh my gosh, was it stellar today. Absolutely stellar. I wished our offense had done better, but we're not going to worry about that right now. The defense, absolutely incredible today. A lot of times when we fail to score, we miss the field goal. I was like, crap, the defense, it's going to fall because it's getting tired. That's what happens. Late in games, the defense gets tired. And maybe we were tired, but we came up clutch. The pick by Marcus Peters. Bad read by Tannehill. Raymond wasn't even looking for the ball. Hey, Khalif Raymond, our old friend. And of course, I know some people noticed this at least. A.J. Brown was open down the sideline. Humphrey, we'll talk more about him in a second, kind of got beat on that play. And Brown was flying by him down the sideline. Tannehill, he should have held the ball longer, believe it or not. I know a lot of times the quarterback criticism is get rid of the ball. Well, for once, it's the opposite. Tannehill should have held the ball longer because our pass rush wasn't great today, but regardless, there was not a pass rush on that play. I mean, I gotta watch the play again, but I'm pretty confident there wasn't really a pass rush there. It's not like Tannehill was about to go down and he had to get rid of it. He should have stayed, surveyed the field, and he probably had A.J. Brown. As long as he put enough air under it, he probably had him. That was a really, really risky throw by Tannehill, and it backfired. Huge pick by Marcus Peters, and that was essentially the nail in the coffin. We had to do a little bit more work. But that's all it was. So, huge, all props to that. Love it. Of course, the main focus we need to have, what a job we did on Derrick Henry today, man. That was impressive. We're not going to go down as one of the few teams that took Derrick Henry totally out of the equation. The Chiefs did it last year in the playoffs. We absolutely took him out of the equation. He had 18 carries for 40 yards. That is barely over 2 yards a carry. And it's Derrick Henry in the playoffs. Late season when the defense is kind of banged up, the defensive line at least. Man, I was so happy with how we did on Derrick Henry today, man. So impressed. And again, I called it last night. I didn't think Henry was going to do too much today. I did not expect us to shut him down as well as we did, though. His longest run was 8 yards. 8 yards. He never had a 10-plus first down run. Think of how impressive that is. And we stopped him on a couple third and shorts as well. I could not be more pleased with how we did on Derrick Henry today. Absolutely amazing. Having Calais Campbell and Brandon Williams back, such a beautiful thing. I love it. Pass rush. Not great. I thought we absolutely could have been better. However, we did make a couple big plays in the pass rush when we needed to. There were some times where Tannehill had way too much time to throw, but the coverage downfield was good. Secondary, mostly was good today, particularly as the game went on. And I think, believe it or not, out of all guys, I think we only had 1 sack on Tannehill today. But out of all guys you'd expect to get the 1 sack, not Yannick Ngakoue, not Matthew Judon, not Calais Campbell, not, did I already say Matabuke? I don't even know if I did. But no, Derek Wolfe got the sack today. It was a stunt, but he read it perfectly, came right up the middle, got the sack. Huge play there. It was 3rd down, too. Big 3rd and long. We got the sack. Absolutely massive. They had to punt. I know it was early in the game, but hey, big plays will come back to haunt you later on. Well, come back to bite or benefit you. Well, it depends on the context, but huge sack by Derek Wolfe. And thankfully, that wasn't our only time at getting pressure. I thought, again, several times we got pressure, couldn't quite get the quarterback down, but Tannehill did not have time to throw, like all day to throw consistently. And again, I absolutely think our pass rush could have been better, but it was not god-awful today, at least. And Derek Wolfe actually almost had 2 sacks. They ran a PA rollout, I think, play-action rollout, whatever you want to call it. Wolfe was coming, Tannehill slid by him, but Wolfe was close, and we were getting pressure today, so that's good. However, against Allen or Mahomes, they're so elusive, we're going to need to actually get the quarterback down or else we're screwed. So, big overall thumbs up there. Let's talk about the secondary. So, to start the game, I was really concerned. We started off with putting Marlon Humphrey on A.J. Brown, which makes sense. Our best corner against their best receiver. And again, Humphrey, really, except for that play where Tannehill should have had Brown, but instead he forced it into Raymond and got picked by Peters. Besides that, Humphrey had great coverage on A.J. Brown. But remember, coverage is the key word here. Tannehill took several shots into single coverage. It was a 50-50 balls. I mean, not bad throws or bad reads necessarily, but he threw a lot of contested balls today. Humphrey, he was never cooked by Brown in terms of coverage. Humphrey had great coverage throughout the game, except for that one play. I thought Humphrey's coverage on A.J. Brown was excellent. But he did not win the contested catches at all. That's always been, I think, Humphrey's main weakness. He's not very good at winning 50-50 balls. He's one of the best coverage corners in the league, in my opinion, but his ability to win 50-50 balls isn't great. He goes for the strip a lot, which is nice, but a lot of times he doesn't turn his body around enough, and that's why the receiver ends up winning it. And I know it's A.J. Brown. He's a big guy. Pretty sure he has the height advantage over Humphrey as well. But Humphrey needs to do a better job of turning around and even going for the pick, going for the swat. He needs to do better at that. He needs to stop relying on it to be a push-off. Because a lot of times with 50-50 balls, the receiver thinks that they can try to get away with pushing off. And I think a couple times A.J. Brown probably did get away with pushing off. But still, Humphrey needs to, turn his body around more and make those plays. But again, coverage was great. Having Jimmy Smith back was absolutely massive. Again, we moved him around. Sometimes we put him on A.J. Brown. Sometimes we put him on Corey Davis. Sometimes we put him on Jonnu Smith. Again, moved him around. But Jimmy Smith is such a huge asset to the defense. I know he doesn't get targeted much, but he doesn't get targeted much because he's locking down his opponent, I should say, whoever he's covering. So Jimmy Smith, huge, guys. Really pretty happy with the way our secondary played today. We got off to a rough start, for sure. Something Ferkser, I forget his first name, had a few catches. A.J. Brown got their only touchdown of the game. Again, one-on-one with Humphrey. Humphrey, great coverage, just didn't turn around fast enough. So A.J. Brown got that one touchdown, and he had a big first quarter. A.J. Brown was getting a lot of targets. He caught most of them. Corey Davis was overall quiet. He got hurt in the end. He had his helmet off on the sideline for a while. But from the second quarter onward, I thought our secondary was excellent. Tannehill did not do much today. He had 160-something yards passing and the one touchdown to A.J. Brown, but nothing huge. We shut down Derrick Henry, so I am all thumbs up there, guys. This was by far our best defensive performance. I know, pass rush wasn't its best either, but it by far our best defensive performance. This is a Titans offense that continues to get better and better, more multi-dimensional. They're not just giving it to Henry every play anymore. They're throwing the ball more. It was very successful this season. We took that out of the equation for the most part. Totally took Derrick Henry out of the equation. Late season, where Derrick Henry is the hardest to stop, you have literally no complaints. Our defense was excellent today. It never folded. always was locked down, except for the first quarter where we did give up that one touchdown drive. But other than that, defense absolutely amazing today. Definitely our best performance this year, and again, maybe even over the last 2 years. So, all thumbs up there, guys. No notable injuries today for the Ravens. In fact, dare I jinx, I think this was the first game where no Ravens, had to actually. I take that back. Marquis Brown got rolled up. He didn't get rolled up, but he got a cramp or something. Sometimes when you sprint, and what Brown was doing, sprinting down the sideline, sometimes when you stop, you can sometimes cramp or tweak something. But again, nothing serious. So I guess that's not true. Marquis Brown did get hurt, but again, nothing serious. At least I'm pretty sure. We'll see what Harbaugh has to say after the game or in the press conference. But other than that, no big injuries today. It was huge. We stayed healthy. No injuries to the defensive line. Nothing. We were healthy throughout the whole game today, and I was very, very happy to see that. The only thing that I was genuinely disappointed in was our offensive line. First of all, that's a Titans pass rush. And while the Titans may have some big names, I know Jeffrey Simmons is actually kind of a stud. Harold Landry is very underrated in my opinion. Edge rusher, number 58. Their pass rush is not good this year. They're known for having the fewest amount of sacks. The Titans do not have a good pass rush, and they kind of gave our offensive line a hard time today. Jackson got sacked 4 or 5 times, and Lamar Jackson, too, the most elusive player possibly in the league, got sacked 4 or 5 times today. So that's not good. That means our line did not play very well. Thankfully, the Bills or Chiefs defensive line, actually, the Chiefs have a pretty good D-line. Chris Jones. But otherwise, no one else notably that good. Frank Clark's far too inconsistent. But still, that's no excuse. Our pass protection definitely could have been better today. One thing I noticed, and maybe this is the case for all teams, but I love when we run play action because for whatever reason, the offensive line does way better when we run play action. I don't know if it's because they have more time to adjust. I don't know. But when we run play action, we're way more effective. Our shotgun passing attack is not good in the least. And yeah, for whatever reason, our offensive line is not very good on shotgun passing plays. Why? Absolutely no idea. And again, our line is better than it was earlier in the season, but it was not great today. Run blocking was okay, not great. I think just the Titans, they had a good game plan for the run game, and they didn't take it out of the equation, but they did do pretty well on it. But again, we got the big runs when we needed to. I mean, we had no huge runs today, but we had the solid runs when we needed to. I guess that's not true. The big run we had today was Lamar Jackson, that 50-yard touchdown run. And again, guys, you can call Lamar Jackson a running back all you want. I don't care. He carried the offense on his back today. Actually, he didn't carry it on his back. Marquis Brown did do well, but Lamar Jackson, no bad mistakes except for the one interception. He's getting better and better as the year goes on, as his career goes on. Such a huge pickup for this offense. He has totally changed it. So slander him all you want. He got his first playoff win today, and that's all I care about. So, guys, that is going to do it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to drop a like in the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new. I am out. Peace out. Have a great day. Have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. Go Ravens, and I will see you guys next weekend to discuss the next divisional round. The divisional round coming up. We'll see how the matchups are and everything. But I will see you guys then. Thank you all so much for all the support. I really do appreciate it. Go Ravens, and enjoy the remaining 2 games. We got Bears-Saints coming up, and then we have Browns-Steelers. Big AFC North showdown. Have a great day, guys, and I will see you next weekend.